Hi everyone. I'm gonna be making an elf hat. So that's it. Right now I'm just on the brim. Hold on, I have to wipe my hook because it's greasy. My hair is becoming a mess, but I can't shave it here because my grandpa doesn't want me putting hair everywhere. So I can't shave my head anymore. I'll try to when he's not here. Like I always clean, but still, he has specific rules about his house. So, hi, how are you doing, Ian? So for this one hat, I'm gonna alternate between red and white, like stripes, and I'm using this neon green for the brim. Right now, my fingers are in a lot of pain, so I can't tell you how long I'll be here. Uh, I guess I'll crochet until it really hurts too much, which is not gonna be long because it already hurts too much. So, but I do have to do some work. I've not been crocheting for like five days, so. But hope you're doing well, everyone. There's nothing really going on in my life, so I don't have anything to talk about. Yeah, like I said, there's not much to talk about going on right now. I can't work anymore because there's no Canada Post. And I can't have an address, so I can't send things anyway. I can't receive things either. So yeah, that's what I've been repeating for a month. So it's the same thing going on as always. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna make Christmas things because I don't have gifts for my family, so they're gonna get Christmas things. Unfortunately, if they complain, that's their problem. I'm poor, so you know. Because I get that not everybody likes handmade gifts and that you cannot expect a person to appreciate it and it's not for everyone. But there has been a very entitled people who like to make posts to the effect of stop gifting your handmade items and expect your family to love it. Buy them something they'll like. But that is so fucking classist because like I can't fucking afford that. There's a reason I make gifts for people. It's because I can't afford to make so. Oh, hi, Nifty. How are you? Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not impacting me. That's not the thing, Ian. I'm not allowed to receive mail here. So even if there was Canada Post working, I'm not allowed to receive mail here. Please don't ask me why I'm not saying that on YouTube. You can DM me about it though, but like for privacy reasons, I don't want to disclose certain people's information on the internet. But that's what's going on. It's not affecting me. Like I support the workers 100%. I want to be clear on that. Just because on the internet, so many people are so mean towards Canada Post workers, and it makes me sad to see it. But just want to make sure we're on the same page. I support the workers on that. They have the right to strike. They're being treated unfairly. They're having to double their shift for the same pay. Like, that is not fair. I don't want that for them. There's something problematic with this stupid thing. Hold on, give me a moment. I think I've been doing it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, now the 12 is too tight. Oh, now it's looking like I'm going too far. So no, I was doing the right thing. I like to go in the same stitch as opposed to skip one when I chain, and then leave one at the end because it looks neater than just like people keep saying. I don't know why, because it doesn't do it for me. Maybe it's because I'm crocheting wrong or something, but you know when you make a row and like you go in the last stitch, that for me doesn't look good because it's going too far, because I tend to cinch my chains very tight. So when I do it, like, there's a little bump here at the end, but once I work more of them, yeah, that's what's going on. I'm not allowed to receive mail here, and I can't have a PO box because they require proof of address, but I'm not able to get that because I'm not able to sign up for any bills here. So I am not gonna get a postal box or any place to receive mail. So I'm a little bit screwed on that, but what can you do, you know? But you'll see what I mean. But I always prefer to leave the last stitch untouched because for me it makes a neat edge like this. I don't know why people say it looks unfinished for them. I've always been kind of confused about that because for me, that's when it looks straight. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I chain very tight. Also, for the brim of a hat, you kind of want to bump at the end because then it doesn't look flat, it looks three-dimensional, and it makes it so your hat doesn't look like it's been like on one plane. You like your brim to be a little bit thicker, at least I do. That's what I do. I like them to be thick. Thick brims really bring it home, you know. I went shopping today because I didn't have food, and let me tell you, people are crazy on Black Friday. There was an employee at Arden, which is a store here. She was saying that there's a guy who set fire to the glove section and that a bunch of other people were stealing, so she had to call the police like twice. My goodness, like, how are people like this? you know? Oh, by the way, swift reminder. I do apologize for having to keep reminding you, but if you want to leave a like for the stream, that really helps me out. That is what makes it so my stream is shown to more people. So if you want to click that thumbs up button, I would really appreciate that. Thank you for those who already did. We're just making an elf hat right now. For this one, I'm going to go with classic Christmas colors. The brim is neon green, but I don't have any more. I don't have any other greens right now, so it's going to be neon. Like, what you gonna do, right? But it's going to be red and white. Just red and white. The second one will be Beetlejuice. This is purple if you can't tell. It's quite dark on camera, but it is purple. Because the second one, the Beetlejuice one, will be more for me, as in for the way I want to look rather than just Christmas stuff. I should have gone to Walmart today. I could have gotten cheap yarn, but I didn't think of it. It's a bit too late now because it's closed. But had I thought of it, because I went to the other store that's like all the way up there, but Walmart is like 5 minutes away. But at that point, like, you're too tired, you don't really want to walk the whole way there, you know. I'm making the brims quite thick too, because when it's a Christmas hat, like, you want it to be exaggerated, right? That's what I kind of like to do. I kind of like them to be exaggerated. If you want, I'll explain to you how to make these. Like, it's very easy. You don't even need a pattern. You just, if you want stripes, you just change colors. That's what I'm gonna do. Every few rows, I'm gonna change colors to have good stripes going on. I don't really want like pinstripes. I think the look of just having very neat big stripes will be good. So like maybe every 2 rows I will switch. I don't know. We will see. We will see. The goal of this is to have it look great. Cool. Come on. Come on. But right now, yeah, I'm making it quite big. But also, when you wear these around your head, because this is a back loop only stitch, it'll get thinner. Like when I stretch it like this, you see it shrinks. So when it's worn around the head, it'll be more like this. So that's why I'm making it much, much bigger. But I hope everyone is doing well. Sorry, I'm kind of grumpy today. I've had a difficult day. I've been pushed around a lot. And funny enough, like I had an altercation yesterday. I was shopping at Dollarama, just like doing the groceries. I had to go again today because apparently I bought the wrong meatball and gravy because like they misplaced it on the aisle. Normally the top shelf is the potatoes and the second shelf is whatever else, the non-potatoes, the ones without the potatoes, which I'm not quite a fan of potatoes like that. I like fries and I like mashed potatoes. Not even, I like pureed potatoes because mashed still have lumps in them and I cannot do that because of ARFID, but yeah, I don't eat that. So I tried to eat it this morning because it was what there was. And I was like, ugh, gross. Even the meat in them tastes different because it tastes sweeter because of the potatoes in there. I removed the potatoes and I threw them away, but it was gross. It was really gross. So I had to buy more because essentially the food that I had was all things I couldn't eat. So I wanted to rebuy what I had. So that's why I went again today. But yeah, yesterday I was on the aisle. A guy holds onto my cart. He grabs and holds onto my cart. And then I say, "Whoa, buddy, that's mine." And he says, "Don't worry, ma'am," which is, first of all, that's a big faux pas. But he didn't know. But like, what I mean is, it's the first thing that frustrates you about the altercation. And he says, "Don't worry, ma'am, I'm not stealing your precious cart. I'm just moving it out of the way because I'm wanting the thing you're in front of." And I tell this guy, "You could have waited 30 seconds for me to check out the things and I would have gone." Like, come on, you don't move people out of the way. Anyway, everyone's leaving now that I'm telling this story, so I apologize if it upsets you, but I was angry, so whatever. I'm sorry that you don't like hearing me talk about this, but it's what it is. Like, you'll meet people in stores, and that guy was nasty to me, and he pushed me out of the way. So, whatever. But yeah, in stores it gets crazy around the holidays. It gets worse and worse, and like that guy he just felt entitled to push me around, and I told him like, "Excuse me, but I was there. Like you don't grab a hold of my cart and you don't move it out of the way. Oh, I think Ian is gone, Nifty. But yeah, the stores were kind of full today. Yeah, yeah, he's not here right now. But yeah, it was crazy. Like I heard from one employee that someone set fire to the gloves department, and they had to call the police several times. And when I was at Dollarama, the security guards were called multiple times, and they were asking people to review footage from the security cameras. So it was crazy today. It was a big, huge, you know. What have you been up to today, Nifty? If you don't mind. I don't want to be talking to myself again. Like I know you guys thinks like you guys don't want to hear about my ramblings. I'm sorry. Yesterday I went live with Josh for a little bit. It was a nice conversation, so that felt nice. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go. I've upset everyone now. So I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to come on and hang out, but yeah, no, I understand that, but it's not just you. It's that everyone's leaving when I tell my stories. Like I had four people in here. But anyway, thank you everyone. Well, no, maybe not to you. I appreciate that you're trying to reassure me, but it's not that, Nifty. It's that like there are lots of people in here and then suddenly I say something and then everyone leaves. Like quite frankly, it's hard to not feel upset by that, because like that's not just one person being upset. Like that's four people who left like suddenly as I started talking, because you might not see the numbers, but I see the numbers real time. And quite frankly, I know that I've upset people, and that's the way I know. um I appreciate what you're trying to do, but like it's hard to not take it personally when everyone leaves at once. Like I know that it's because of something I said, because like otherwise you see a flow, you see a constant flow of people coming in, people staying for a few minutes and then leaving. But like when the number drops from 4 to 1, like you've said something. So I'm sorry. I don't want to be too much, but it feels like too much right now for me. Oh, you're still working on the winter set. Is it progressing well? I'm sorry. I'm gonna go soon, but I just wanted to know. No, it's not common. It's just that like people don't like hearing certain things when a person is live. They don't necessarily want me to like bitch about that one guy who pushed me. It's been that way my whole life, so at that point I know that I've said something. I just don't know what it is. Like people don't give feedback usually when that happens, Nifty. They just leave. They don't tell you, oh, you've said something hurtful. No, they just go away and you never see them again. Like I've had friends from years ago do that to me because I was too negative or too annoying, you know. I've had people leave my channel recently that were frequent watchers, leave because I was too negative and they didn't like that. So at some point it is like you have to take people's feedback in. Like I said, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I have to kind of understand here. Like I've said something clearly because yeah, I'm sorry. Like I don't want to be talking about this again. And my grandpa's back anyway, and he's gonna go to bed soon, so I can't be live when that happens anyway. Because obviously I don't want to wake him up. But he goes to bed at like 10. I think I'm like a quarter of the way in on this. But yeah, you just do back loops only. I like to do single crochet. I don't like slip stitch brims. I think they look weird. So I like to do single crochet. It looks bumpy. It looks better in my opinion. I don't like when the brims are flat. And it's more stretchy that way anyway. It fits snugger on the head, I feel like. So this is what it looks like. It is quite bumpy if you want. Like it looks like a waffle, right? Well, without the crossing lines, of course, but it looks a little bit like valleys, mounds and valleys. But then I'm gonna go with red and white. I don't know if I start with white or red. That would dictate the color of the pom pom. Although I could do green pom pom, but I don't think it would look good in neon green. That's the thing. Like if I add the darker green, that would probably be better. 'Cause you don't want a neon pom pom on a freaking elf hat. And these are gonna be for wearing outside. Like I'll genuinely wear these, but this one I'm gonna wear around the holidays because it's the holidays color. I can't wear my Santa hat, I noticed, because the fur it goes in my ears and it sets off sensory issues for me. So like that's not possible for me. It's using uh Lion brand for go for faux. The neon green one that's been discontinued. They used to have neon colors. They had orange and pink too. Well, these were all discontinued. You can't get that anymore. But yeah, you can't get them anymore, but like um I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know what I was saying. It fell out of my head. No, I did not. Yes, yes, I know, but he's not here now. He left. Yes, I said hello and everything, but he left, unfortunately. I think I said something mean to him actually. So well, I'm glad to hear that. I know that I've not been going live as frequently anymore. And that's because I live with my grandpa, obviously, and like during the day he wants me to do things for him and things like that. So when he's at home, I can't stream in the same room as he's in, because obviously he's retired and he does things at home. Like, he's not gonna stop living in his house just because I have to stream, and I can't be like all alone in my room all day, because then he'll knock on the door or something and he'll want me to do stuff. So like, it's harder to actually go live when I'm here because of that. Like, obviously I want to help my grandpa with things, but yeah, it's making it harder to work right now. But yeah, I've not been going live as frequently, and I have even less light than I used to. You can kind of see the lighting situation. It is critical right now, and I'm kind of hurting my eyes when I work and it's above like 5 p.m. because it's really dark in here. I don't have any sources of lighting. That's just a lamp that you see over there. It's not like gonna magically light up my stitches. It's just gonna be like, oh, there's a light bulb, one more light bulb in the room. So it's not like, yeah, it's not great. So yeah, I don't have anywhere to put more lamps anyway. So it's not gonna happen for a good long while again anyway. um I did buy a phone stand, but like, I don't know how it's gonna work, because like the ball joint is loose. So I'm actually thinking I bought it for nothing. So we'll see, but it doesn't look like it'll stand the weight of my phone. Well, I'm glad you're here, dear. I'm happy to see you too. I wish I had a brighter red than this, because this is quite dark. I know it looks light on camera, but this is like super dark. What's it called? It's got no. Okay, it says bright red, but this is not bright red. This is like dark. This is very dark. Anyway, I'm sorry that doesn't make sense, because it's called bright red, but it's dark. I'm sorry, there's no better way to explain this. It's more like just regular red. You know what I mean? The one that's not actually bright. Because when you say bright red, you think of tomatoes, right? Something that has light to it, something that's like Christmassy, cheerful, that goes well with Christmas green and all of that. Yeah, this one is a little bit more like satin, the satin kind of red. I don't know how else to explain that. Yeah, it's Loops and Threads Soft Classics, which unfortunately there's no Michaels where I live, so I'm not gonna be able to shop there anymore very much. Because it would cost me way more money than it used to. Like, it used to cost me one bus. Well, one ticket to go and one ticket to come back, but now it would cost me to go in a different city to actually go there, so it would cost me more money. Because Michael's is in a different city. It's on Boulevard Tachereau, which is a different municipality. Like, that's what we say when it's a different city. There's another word in French, because in French, city and municipality is the same word. It's not like, oh, Montreal is big, so it's a city, and then the rest of them are towns. Like, right now, it's more of a town situation, but not really, because it's adjacent to Montreal. But in French, it would be the same. It would be ville. Ville is like, it encompasses everything that has a municipal status, like with the territory and every, not necessarily the territory, but there's like different classes of things. And then a town in French would be the smaller, like smaller things. And we call them villages, which here a village is a place with a few houses with no stores. But here that is a town. You know? It's weird. Yeah, it's kind of like classified differently in French. I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, here cities encompass more things because it's not a size issue. Like, it's not like, oh, the city, it's like the place with all the big buildings and everything, skyscrapers, downtowns and whatnot. But that's not what it is in French. City is a status, like you're an entity, you're a defined entity. That's yeah. So I'm sorry, that's a little bit confusing. We're getting into administrative stuff here, but yeah. So oh, but for cheap yarn, it's rather good. First of all, it's the cheapest value acrylic around these parts. Like for real, but it's also way nicer and it has more colors. So yeah, that's why I use that. I do have richer taste though. I used to have a lot of hand dyed yarn, but I had to sell all of it. So very fucking sad about that. I'm sorry that I'm swearing, but I'm so very fucking sad. Oh yeah, the other day I was playing games, okay, and like a frequent watcher of the channel, well, who was semi-frequent anyway, she used to come and say hi, bye. She wrote a message to say, I'm not gonna call her by name because I don't want anyone to hate her, but she said, hi, I'm going and I'm never coming back, bye. And then she left, and I was just like, okay, I'm removing your fucking message from the chat. Like, that's nasty. Like, I don't know why you would just tell a person, hey, I don't want to be in your space anymore, bye bye, with no other context, or like not even telling me, hey, I don't like when you swear, hey, I don't like when you're too like when you're too left, or you're too, or I don't like when you talk about queer stuff. No, she just said, hi, I'm never coming back, bye. And I was like, well, good for you. That's great. That's just great. So that was weird. I would have preferred to be told, yeah, I hate you, I don't want to see you anymore. Well, okay, that gives context, but like not just, hey, I'm leaving you. That's great. That just activates all your childhood trauma, like when you're childhood trauma survivor. It's like it's a constant fear. People just decide you're not worth it anymore. So yeah, bye. I don't want you. So yeah, I was just like, okay, let's remove her message and move on. Like, okay, that's fine. You don't like what I do. I get it. Maybe you don't like me as a person. I get that too. But like, why would you make yourself miserable and continue watching a person you don't like? So that's why I don't get why she came here just to tell me she wouldn't come back. But I guess some people do it. But like when I tell a person that I leave them, I like to provide context because I do it, but like I don't do it because I don't like them. Like I leave people because it's a better thing for me and them, and I don't feel like it's like I love the people. If I send you a message to say why I don't like why I'm not in your life anymore, it's because I care. Like it's because I genuinely care and it hurts me, and I want to let you know that you've had value in my life, But not I don't send messages to hurt people and tell them I don't like them. I don't know, it was just weird. You've probably seen her a lot in people's comment sections and chats. She follows everyone. She follows Lydia, Dawn, everyone. So you've seen her. I swear all the fucking time. I try not to on YouTube just because the app filters you and won't show you the people when you do it. But I swear a lot. Yeah, that's it. Like, I kind of want to know what I did, you know? Because that's one thing. When you're autistic, you piss people off all the time. So, like, it would be nice to know what I did. So at least maybe it's something I can work on. Maybe I did something genuinely wrong. I don't know. Which I don't think I did, because I was playing a game and I was just like, oh, these fucking plants and these zombies, blah, blah, blah. You know, I was playing Plants vs. Zombies and I was just like frustrated at the plants and frustrated at the zombies. And so I was swearing a little bit. I like to swear when I game live because it's, I don't know. I'm a sweary person, so. And I say funny things like, oh, this stupid plant decided to plant itself in the way of my line of defense, blah, blah, blah. Well, plants don't decide to put themselves there. Like, you have to actually put them. But I was being, like, I was teasing. I was just, like, joking. So, you know. But yeah, I've stopped gaming over on YouTube because the frame rate is bad. So like it was just like, I'll try it with another software with a different website. Maybe I'll do like once a month with StreamYard because I tried it with Restream and it lowers your frame rate way too much for games. I was streaming on Twitch simultaneously. Like I was doing both because Twitch is the place where gamers go. Like people play all sorts of games on Twitch. I have both. I have a YouTube, I have a Twitch. I just don't Twitch very often because, quite frankly, I don't have the audience. I don't have the patience to build an audience over there. I'm already doing so much for my YouTube already. Well, not as much as I could be doing, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I got a phone stand. I don't know if it works well. Somebody recommended it to me. It was like $4, so I was like, okay, why not? I'll give it a shot. But it doesn't look like it's gonna hold my phone very well, unfortunately. It's like there's a little ball joint, you know, a socket where you could like adjust the orientation of your phone, but that doesn't, you can't solidify it. Like you're supposed to cinch the little ball by screwing it tighter, but that doesn't tighten it enough as to the phone will stay up. So unfortunately, I don't think that was a good buy for me, and I will yell at the person who told me to buy it tonight. I'll be like, hey, the phone stand you recommended to me doesn't fucking work. No, I won't say that with those words, but I'll be like, yeah, this didn't work for me. Sorry, but yeah. I'm kind of a little bit upset that I wasted money on it, but it's $4, but it's $4 that I could have spent on food. $4 would have gotten me almost 2 kilograms of rice, which would have sustained me a few days. And yeah, when you're poor, you think of those things. Like, I'm sorry, but $4 for you is like nothing. For a person who has money, it's nothing, but for me it's like a week's worth of meals, because if I buy 2 kilograms of rice, like I can sustain myself for a few days, maybe not a week, but like maybe at least like five days, something like that. if I eat reasonably, you know. So yeah, I think of these things. Mind you, the person who recommended it to me is not rich either. Like, he's doing okay-ish, but he does some tasks instead of work. But yeah, he makes a lot more than I do. He shops a lot more than I do. Obviously, I mostly buy food. And now my grandpa takes my food, so I have to, like, you know, when I said, oh, we're separating food and everything. Well, today he came to me and he said, oh, I took one of your meatballs and gravy can. I'll buy you another one. Well, he's done that a few times. He does not buy it back. He does not. He does not. So it was like, okay, I'll just take the loss, but because I'm like, oh, I took bread from you and I took Coca-Cola, a little bit of Coca-Cola. So, like, sometimes I like to have he has these small glasses like this, a bit bigger than a shot glass, but you know, the small glasses, not the tall ones. And I like to just have, sometimes I can't do it very often because I'm not supposed to consume sugar because I have a fatty liver. But I like to have a little bit sometimes with my meal if it's very, very salty or something, just to break it up. Like, you know, or when it's really hot, I like to have a cold drink because I have a very sensitive mouth. It burns. I just eat something that I heated up. So, like, it counterbalances the hotness. So it was like, okay, well, I took some of your Coca-Cola, so take my meatball and gravy, but, like, I can't sustain myself on Coca-Cola, but I can sustain myself on meatball and gravy. So, like, I'll stop drinking your Coca-Cola and just keep my meatballs, you know? Because, like, these are, well, if you buy them at Dollarama, they're just $2.25. Like, it's not very expensive, you know. It's reasonably priced. Like, $2.25, that is good. But he'll forget that he ate mine, and he'll buy some, but he'll eat that too. Like, that's what he's been doing. But well, I'm okay with that. Like, he's family, but it's just that I have to budget around this, so I have to take into account that I don't buy food just for myself. I buy food for two. Like, he's not gonna eat all my stuff. He asks me often, hey, is this mine or yours? Because he doesn't want to take my stuff. And I tell him, oh, that one is mine. Oh, that one is yours. Oh, this one is mine. Oh, this one is yours. But yeah, sometimes he forgets because he has memory issues, and he'll take my stuff not knowing. But, like, my old roommate didn't do that. He didn't fucking touch any of my food because he was like, ugh, you know, because he ate a healthy compared to me, which I do not eat healthy at all. Just letting you know that I can't really because I have ARFID anyway and a bunch of other issues. But my old roommate was, you know, he was Moroccan and he ate a lot of, obviously, food from his culture and things like that. He was not interested in my very American diet, you know. So he never fucking touched anything unless he needed, like, sugar or salt. Well, I didn't have sugar, but, like, if he needed salt or if he needed a specific thing, he would ask me. I'd be like, okay. And the one good thing about him is he would reimburse the fuck out of that. Like, if he took an egg, he would buy me a whole box of eggs, like a whole dozen. Like, that's just an exaggeration, but, like, he would pay me $1 every time he wanted to print something, and I'm not even joking. He would really do that. That was the one good thing about him. But it's just that now I have to budget around the fact that my grandpa's not gonna necessarily remember whose food is which is okay. It's not his fault, but because, like I said, he has a little bit of cognitive decline going on right now, and he does take pills for memory, but that's not that's not foolproof, but yeah, at least today he asked, like, can I take this? And I was like, yeah, okay, take it. But yeah, it's just that I have to budget around that too now. So that's kind of tricky. It just means that I have to eat less foods every time I eat, like smaller meals to like kind of spread it out, because I don't want to like be stuck in a place where I don't have food for like 5 days or whatever. Because I used to do that. I used to eat everything and then not have anything left. But now if I do that, it's not just me that doesn't eat. It's my grandpa too. So like, because if he doesn't have food, he will go to the store and get some. But like, if he's depending on me and waiting for me to have something, at the same time, like, he won't have that, and I kind of feel guilty. He's in a situation which I cannot really talk about on here. I did touch on it slightly, like, it's a girlfriend situation, just so you know. It's not like he's not in a big trouble. It's just, let's just say that his girlfriend demands a lot of resources that he doesn't have. Mm. And I think he's too nice to say anything. Um, and it's not really my place to like tell him to stop or whatever. Because of course I don't want to be the one that has to absorb the cost of that relationship, and that's not fair. But like, I live in his home for a very cheap price, for very cheap rent, so I don't have the right to tell him, hey, stop seeing your girlfriend because she's making you pay for stuff that you can't pay, and now you're taking my food. Like, that's not very fair to say. I couldn't say that if I wanted to. So like, you know I just yeah, I wouldn't mind, like, just, I buy my own toilet paper and everything, just because obviously I use more toilet paper because I have more needs down there, you know what I mean? He's a man, so you understand what I mean by that. I don't need to like paint you a picture, but I use more toilet paper, so I buy toilet paper. It's just like, it's just logical. Um but I live a very poor lifestyle. I don't use like any product that is not an absolute necessity. I tend to skip on. Like, I buy shampoo every 6 months and I'll spread it out. I'll tolerate my hair getting greasy because I can't afford to like clean it every 2 days. Like, I'll go like 5 days, something like that, until it gets really like itchy and everything. And now it's due. Like, tomorrow I will be washing my hair. Sorry if that sounds gross, but that's just what being poor is like. Um, I'm glad you swear too, Nifty. I'm glad to hear that, because I'm a big sweary person. I'm mean sometimes. I'm probably I ended up staying much longer than I anticipated. I think I'm gonna finish the brim and then go, just because Joshua is gonna be live in like 20 minutes, like 30 minutes. Yes, I'm happy about that. I'm not alone. At least I'm not alone. I want to cry. Oh, by the way, I want to show you what elf hats inspired what I'm gonna do. But I'm not using those patterns. But like, I just want to show you real quick the kind of thing. The kind of thing that I'm trying to do is just this right there. Just kind of the Christmassy look. Okay, it starts with white and then red, white, red, white, red. All right, that's good. It's very cute. I think I want to try the pattern by Sarah Zimmerman. Look at that. That's very cute. Oh, that's a child size though. Wait, does she have? Oh no, she has different sizes. She has toddler, preschooler, 6 to 12 months, adult. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, this one is top to bottom. It's made out of double crochets. So I'm not the biggest fan of hats made with double crochets. I do like elf hats to be kind of like this and then pointy, but maybe I'll write a pattern for this. This one is just gonna be like striped and like shrink evenly throughout. I don't know. I'll make different ones. I do have a pattern of my own though. That is kind of elf hat shaped. You gotta see that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. Ribbler is kind of screwing me over. Ribbler automatically disconnected me from my account, and now it's not wanting to reconnect. I think it is okay now. Okay. But it's called Pointy Winter Hat. It's very cute. It is a paid pattern, but like this. But it's a pointy hat, and if you put a pom-pom, like this could be a cute elf hat, or you could put jingle bells or something. I just like the way it looks. Because this one is shaped like this. The very thing I was telling you that I enjoy. Okay, I just need one more inch to do. Then after that, I'm good. Grandpa's getting things from the cupboards or like putting things away. I don't know. I think he's eating a little bit of food before bed right now. 1, 2, 3. This is about to be empty. I'll have to fill that back up. But yeah, sometimes it is a little bit hard to like keep track of everything he does. Because like this morning I woke up, the temperature in the bathroom was 24 degrees. He had put it up to 24 degrees. And like when you want to heat up a room, you'll maybe add a few degrees, but like he doesn't get that, and sometimes he can be a little bit dangerous around the thermostat. Like, at 24 degrees it's plastic melting, so like he has the cat litter box right next to the heaters, and I'm just like, hey, that's gonna melt, grandpa. Like, you should be careful with that. Like, don't put it above a certain temperature. So like it's just, I have to keep track of small things like that, and it's really tiring. It takes a lot of mental space. Maybe that doesn't sound like much, but for autistic people, it's just yet one more thing to worry about besides sensory input. Like that, you're constantly bombarded with sensory input. It's not like I can turn that off. So that's just like one more thing that I have to think about, because I live with a person who needs me to care for them. So yeah. And he acts very independent. Like, he doesn't act like, he gets mad when I do things for him, but like I have to, because he's at kind of that sweet spot of denial of, oh, I can do everything for myself, but no, you can't. Like, he's starting to have trouble with his hip, um and he can't walk very well. So like, I do small things for him, right? I put things in the recycling bin, because it's far away. I'll do like small things just to help around the house that like he might struggle with. That doesn't make me a hero. I'm not trying to like glorify myself, but just trying to explain. But yeah, the cognitive decline is something to like put up with. You really have to be on your game, and you have to uh kind of be mindful of what the person does 24/7. It is a lot, because I get up much later than he does, so sometimes I kind of have to. I wake up to something and I have to fix it right away. I know that I sound ungrateful, but it's just that, yeah, I don't have a good mental space for that stuff right now. So sorry. I'm failing once again. I'm failing to satisfy the people who want me to be happy 24/7 again. Like, people were hyping me up before I moved. They were saying like, it'll fix all your issues and your life will be perfect. They're fucking not. That's not how life works. You have ups and downs and you work through them. That's what you do, because you're a human being. And me venting my frustrations doesn't mean that I'm negative 24/7. Because you don't see 24/7, You see me complaining on the screen because it makes me feel good to do that. But I don't complain to my grandpa. Well, he complains about the things he reads in the paper, because, people his generation tend to do that. It's a bonding thing for him to do it. Oh, I went a little bit overboard. I might have to take off some rows. Yeah, I'm gonna take out just a few and see if I get it to be 17 inches, because that's what I need. Oh, yeah, that's good. Maybe one more. Oh, whoop, shoot. Aha, perfect. There, we have the right size. Now, the thing is, I like to put 84 stitches in the first row, because 84 is a sweet number when you work with worsted yarn. That's just what winter does. You like it that way. Now I'm just working the back loop and the front loop. together to seamlessly tie this together. And yeah, I'm gonna use a half double crochets just because that's the stitch I like to use. I feel like single crochet is a little bit tight for hats, especially since I tend to have quite tight tension on my single crochets. So yeah, I like to do a half double. I think double crochet is a little bit too loose. Like it's see-through. Not a big fan. Okay. Now this cut. Sneep sneep. If you love me, buy me more neon green yarn. I have another skein, but this is what's left over from this one. Buy me like a truckload of neon green. I'm joking, by the way, but that'd be nice. A truckload of green. I love neon green so much. It is sightly. It is beautiful. As if you didn't know, Nifty. I think it's clear by now that I love neon green. I think like everything I make has green in it or something. Like black, red, or neon colors. Such a surprise. Like, woo! Winter likes neon green. Yeah. What are your favorite colors, Nifty? If you don't mind me asking. I know you were working with peach, I think. I think that's what you said. I have bad memory. Don't mind me. Oops. Yeah. We have a little ball of scraps here. This will be used on something. Maybe a scrap blanket. Oh, you like brown? Yeah, brown is nice. I'm more a fan of bright colors. It's because I'm intense. But I like very naturey colors, and I wish I had more opportunities to work with them. See, the brim stretches like this. So, the first. Okay, now I can just hide the tails. I feel like, yeah, it's easier to do that going into the brim, because I would have worked over them. But like if I work over the tails, there's always a risk that when you stretch the hat, they'll go back. But when you hide them in your last row here, it kind of, yeah, like if it stretches, you won't really see that. It'll go back like inside the brim. Oh, you've been using a lot of peach lately. Well, that's nice. Peach is a good color. Well, shit, I lost the plot. It's really hard to see where I'm going. Shit. I guess I'll go back. Okay. I gotta cut this. Like, I messed it up. I messed up the tail. Can you believe it? My goodness. Oh. Oh no. I want to make it a Beetlejuice hat. Beetlejuice. Beetle breakfast. Orange beetle. I'm just saying all the things that Lydia Dietz said. before she guessed correctly. And then she says it as, like, looking like she was climaxing. Well, I won't imitate that on YouTube because I don't want to be in trouble. But let me tell you, like in Beetlejuice, when she finally guesses Beetlejuice and she like starts to say it super slowly, that's what it looks like. That's what she looks like saying that. I'm so very sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that I had to say it. I had to. Every time I hear it, I think, oh my goodness, I'll have what she's having, you know? If you know that reference, that's a bonus because that's from When Harry Met Sally. I'll have what she's having. Yeah. um yeah, it's I won't say what it is. Again, we're on YouTube. Not such a fan of Winona Ryder anymore. Because in the media she has been a bit problematic, let's just say. Maybe not to most of the population, but I'm a little bit more informed about like social issues and whatnot, so you might not have caught on to that. But first of all, she's been a little bit Winona absorbed, and she's been shaming other women in the media for speaking up about stuff. So yeah, I'm not such a fan of Winona Ryder anymore. She's a good actress, she's lovely, but I'm a person who has been through some things and I do not appreciate being silenced, you know. She didn't silence me personally, but like when it happens to other people, kind of I get more sensitive to that. Is because I've experienced it, and I've had friends who told me what you've experienced is not as bad as what I've experienced, so shut up. Like I've had friends say that to me to my face, like your bad situation wasn't as bad as mine, so stop talking about it. So yeah, yeah, you know. Yeah, it's bad. Whoop, we got it. Ooh, okay. I tightened it a little bit too much, but or we'll try to adjust it. Yeah, by the way, I don't have my metal yarn needle anymore. Well, I still have one, I think. Well, I have more, but like the big one that I had, the thick one is somewhere. And when I moved, I didn't pay attention to where I put it. So that's what I'm struggling to do right now, is find that exact. Yeah, I just broke my needle now. That's just great. That's why I use metal needles, is because plastic needles are shit. Oh, I think I found that. Yeah, okay. But if you know me, you know I'm kind of, I think I tend to break things. Oh my goodness, so I don't know what my grandpa's doing, but oh my god. I'm sorry, like he's like shaking and he's like shaking things and throwing them. Sometimes I'm worried, guys. He's in his house. I'm not complaining about the noise, but like I'm kind of worried. That makes sense. Okay, so this is the brim. Very pretty. Okay, now we're gonna distribute evenly a bunch of stitches around. And well, you need 84. And what I'm gonna do for the repeats is I'm gonna put 84 stitches, and I'm gonna repeat that 3 times each time you decrease, you make 3 rows. One for the decrease and one for the row. That makes any fucking sense. And we're using white first. My goodness, finding the center pole is hell. Oh. Okay, I did find the right place, I think. No, this is the... Okay, I found the center pole. I just got... Okay, this is the end that I have to spin around. Okay, with this white yarn, I'm gonna do the first few rounds. So, I just put a stitch marker halfway through, because 42 stitches go there. And I like to go back loop only, so because I like it to have like an edge. So I like go shoop inwards instead of outwards. That's just the way I do it personally. One. Two. Oh, that went out the window fast. 3, but it's okay. I don't want to break my hook, so I'll go slowly. No, there needs to be a stitch in between there, like the tight hole. Oh, that is where I joined it, I believe. That's why it's so tight. Four. 5. Oh, it was not. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, other. 13. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah, I could have skipped a few. 22, 23, 24, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. And this is what it looks like so far. It's just an edge. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Oh, God. There's a hair. 41 and 42. Just want to count before I I pursue. Okay. 42. All right, I'm gonna go watch Joshua's live. So thank you everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you later. Good night. Please have a good time and have good crochet and everything. So thanks. Bye. Bad enough that glow sticks are single-use plastic.